think Usman has the same style, but he can implement a little bit better. And I'll bet you the deciding factor in this fight is the head fighting position. He killed Woodley with good head fighting position. A lot of people didn't realize it, but I don't know. I also really don't like Colby. I think he stands like for everything MMA has worked to not be he tries to be. It just sucks, man. I really he made me a fan of Usman, which is kind of a silver lining, but I would love to see him get his ass kicked. Head fighting position, like in the clinch and the wrestling exchanges. If you want to go back and watch his fight against Woodley, Usman's head was always like in prime position for takedowns and for clinch work. And that's like a big aspect of his. I think he'll beat Covington with, because they're going to clinch in this fight a lot, I'm sure. You know, I think it'll be an ugly, like, cage fighting fight. I don't think they'll get taken down. If anything, I could see Usman taking down Colby maybe in the first two, but I think there's going to be a lot of neutralization and a lot of, like, over-under Jake Shields style fighting on the cage. I thought Usman was going to gas in the Woodley fight. After each round, I was like, oh, he's going to gas. Dude, he didn't gas ever. And I don't know. They both have good cardio. That's it. It's a very interesting fight. And, man, my thing with Colby is the way he beat RDA and the way he beat Robbie Lawler. If he didn't talk all his crazy nonsense, I think he'd be in the same exact contention position he's in now. And he'd be fun to watch because, honestly, the dude's like a fun fighter to watch because his pace is crazy. But, dude, he just says the most baffling, like, racist bullshit. And man, he makes MMA look so bad. I'm horribly biased for this matchup. I train a lot with Jeff Neal, and I trained a lot with him. I watched a lot of Mike Perry's fights and tallied up how many punches he threw in a round, and I would emulate him to my best ability. And, dude, Jeff's a freaking madman and a monster and a tactician. I expect him to explode Mike Perry's face in time with just laser sharp punches. I had to fight crazy and wild, and I thought Jeff was going to hurt me in training. That's why I did my due diligence. I tried to emulate Mike Perry as best as I could, but I added my like defensive range and awareness in, and I actually fought pretty good. It was kind of fun. You know, I had to I was like slipping a lot and like throwing big bombs, but trying to stay defensive. And I did better than I didn't get my nose broken, so I call that a win. So I'm fighting Dhiego Lima, younger brother of Douglas Lima, welterweight champ in Bellator, knocked out MVP, maybe my top 5 favorite knockouts in MMA history, because MVP is another guy who needs to be humbled. And so that's February 8th in my hometown of Houston, Texas, UFC 247. Jones, the headliner, Valentina Shevchenko defending her belt, Derek Lewis fighting. Man, such a awesome card to be on. My first fight was a pay-per-view, and this is my 10th fight in the UFC, and this is a pay-per-view. I've been waiting for it, and it's best case scenario being in my hometown. You know, everyone knows my game plan when I fight. I try to keep it standing, and I try to box, and that's no different for this fight. I always assume people are going to try to out-wrestle me, so I'm always planning against that. The dude knows how to wrestle, but he generally doesn't make it his primary. And man, I think this is going to be a really sharp, striking contest. And I'm gonna bring some crazy magic in that fight and hit him with some thunder. That'd be cool. Alex Morono MMA across the board. You know, Fortis is up, and it's downtown Dallas, right on the south side. And man, anyone watching, you know, the new year's starting, just go online, find your local martial arts gym, whether it be jiu-jitsu or kickboxing, and go try a class and live a healthy lifestyle. It changed my life, and never turn back.